Across the country, there's been no relief as food costs keep rising. A recent Associated Press poll shows more than half of Americans consider grocery costs to be a major source of stress.
CBS News correspondent Jolene Kent hit the aisles to find out what's driving up prices and how you can save.
A trip to the grocery store is stinging a little more at the checkout.
$16.99 for one pack of pecans. It's insane.
Yeah, it's bad. I can't believe how much some of this stuff costs, actually.
Overall, grocery prices have continued their upward march, rising nearly 3% compared to last year. Food prices went up by 0.5% from July to August. That's the fastest monthly increase since fall of 2022. It was driven in part by commonly imported groceries.
Tariffs have a huge impact on grocery prices.
Food industry analyst Phil Lempert is known as the supermarket guru. Why are we seeing these increases?
Number one is climate change. We can't grow our food where we used to grow it. Now it's had to move to Central and Latin America. Number two is a labor shortage. And then third is our tariffs.
Among the biggest price jumps, coffee up more than 20% compared to a year ago.
We got 50% tariffs on coffee from Brazil, and we import about 35% of our coffee beans unroasted from Brazil. Coffee is going to get more expensive.
Grocery prices, they've really been soaring since the pandemic.
Family finance expert Andrea Warrock says the biggest savings start right in your kitchen.
The number one thing that you can do right now is to create a meal plan.
Warrock says that cuts down on waste and keeps credit cards in check. Other tips to shop smart: stick to your grocery list. Compare prices at multiple stores. Choose store brands, which can often be 20 to 30% cheaper. And consider buying and cooking in bulk.
Don't waste food. Take doggy bags from restaurants. Use leftovers. Freeze leftovers.
And use those coupons and frequent shopper cards to stack up the savings. Jolene Kent, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Experts say to keep an eye out for shrinkflation as well. That's when companies put less in the package and either keep prices the same or slightly increase them.
Did you know that groceries in Virginia are now more expensive than ever, and nearly half of all Virginians are putting themselves into debt just to put food on the table? And according to Virginia Dogwood, the Food at Home Index last month had the largest jump since 2022, and many families are now borrowing money in order to feed their kids. And as a result, food bank demands in Virginia are now higher than ever, especially in places like Charlottesville and even Northern Virginia. And at one Northern Virginia food bank, they had roughly 50,000 visitors this past year, and that number is expected to grow to 60,000 next year. And it's not just families as well, since local farmers are also hurting. The Trump administration cut roughly $1 billion from the federal food program, of which $500 million was used by the state to purchase produce as well as meat from farmers. And with that money gone, this means that families can't afford food and farmers can't sell it. And now Virginia leaders like Abigail Spanberger is making affordability her top priority. And she's even rolling out a detailed plan to lower everyday costs, and many people are voting for her early. So what do you think? Do you think grocery bills are simply way too high? And if you want to see the full reporting, make sure to check out Virginia Dogwood.
On the CBS Money Watch, the U.S. economy has a case of foodflation. Wholesale prices for fresh veggies soared by a record amount last month. Grocery costs are also up 2.2% last month compared to last year around the same time. CBS's Lisa Rosner in New York reports on how consumers are dealing with the rising costs.
Sandra Cora is food shopping for her mom, who lives on a fixed income.
She can barely afford half of this stuff. Like, do you pay your rent or do you buy food?
Everyday staples saw significant cost increases in the last year. Coffee up nearly 15%, ground beef up just over 11%. Egg prices hit by avian flu are falling, but still up more than 16%.
$7 for 3 ears of corn. That just seemed twice as much as I've ever seen corn for anywhere.
My budget has become double for food shopping.
It wasn't supposed to happen.
A vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper.
Food prices behave in a way that I describe as rockets and feathers.
Ricky Volpe is a professor of agribusiness at California Polytechnic State University.
Food prices rise quickly as a result of upstream costs, and that could be any number of things: commodity prices, energy, labor, regulation, but they come down slowly, if at all.
He says tariffs on aluminum and steel implemented in March are impacting the price of groceries now. They're showing up in higher costs for canned foods and beverages, but in less obvious ways too.
Steel is absolutely essential to food manufacturing, processing, storing, and transportation.
One bright spot about U.S. food supply, only about 10% of grocery store food is imported and now subject to further tariffs. Avi Kaner is co-owner of Morton Williams Supermarkets.
Consumers in the United States have a choice. They don't necessarily need to buy that sauce from Italy. They can buy the sauce that's made in the good old United States.
Experts say there are ways consumers can save on grocery costs, like buying meat in bulk and freezing it, as well as sticking to store brands instead of name brands.
Shoppers can also opt for whole items. Stores charge to cube watermelon and shred cheese. Shelf-stable foods can also keep overall costs down as inflation ticks up. Lisa Rosner, CBS News, New York.
Hi guys, this is Tina and you're welcome back to the channel. So grocery shopping in America has turned into a nightmare. From beef to eggs to coffee, prices are climbing faster than paychecks. Families are asking how much higher can it go? Is this just inflation or something bigger behind the scenes? Let's watch people's reactions to this.
I'm about to show you $10 worth of groceries in America. Bread and eggs, $4.79 and $4.70 something or another. $10 for bread and eggs. Good job.
No surprise if you're a grocery shopper in your household that the cost of groceries continue to go up. So I've been talking with grocery experts, industry analysts who are watching this and looking at the government data just as we are. And they say there's three main factors for what's happening to your groceries and why you're paying more at the checkout. It's labor costs, it's tariffs, and it's climate. In fact, if you take a look at coffee prices overall, coffee, for example, up 20% compared to a year ago, up more than 20%, in fact. And we're also seeing this across imported produce and other places. And so I wanted to know, okay, what happens next? Does it get better? Does it get worse? Does it stay the same? When can we expect prices to stabilize? And experts say, so long as there's a labor shortage and tariffs stay in play, you can expect your grocery bill to continue to get a bit more expensive.
All right, you guys. So you tell me if you think inflation's getting crazy, okay? This is not the time to be asking anybody to do anything for free. Everything costs money. Okay, I'm going to show you what I got at Walmart this morning. I got this insulated food jar for my daughter to take hot lunch to school. This was $21. I just went through the clearance aisle. She's been wanting some of these forever. $3. Okay, whatever, not bad. Off-brand Equate dry shampoo, okay? Ground beef. Not even the good kind, you know? And then I got this. This was like $1.97 just so I could write recipes on the fridge. $65 for this. And the little board. This. That's all I got. $65. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to think anymore. If you're surviving, tell me how. If you know how to coupon, tell me how. If you have tips for making it in this economy, give me some tips. I'll take any tips. Any tips. I don't know. Is this not just outrageous? Hamburger meat's almost $7 a pound. Can't even afford to make beef tacos. Okay, that used to be like a little cheap meal. No, we might as well go buy steaks. Okay? If you made it this far, tell me how much you spend a week on groceries and how many people are in your family.
$17.33. That's how much I paid today for this coffee. I'm here and I'm just adding some numbers together and doing my budget because you know what? Today I asked my husband, where's the money? We're making the best we've ever made. Both earners, both incomes, good incomes and everything. And we don't have money. We're living paycheck to paycheck basically. So I put the numbers together and I decided to look at my budget. In On June the 2nd, 2023, and I'm going to try to insert somewhere here the photo I took a shot of, how much I paid for it. On June the 2nd, 2023, the same exact coffee was $9.92. It's almost doubled in 2 years. Of course, my salary hasn't doubled. My income has not doubled. It went up a little bit, but certainly nowhere near that. And I don't know where my money goes. Every month, I'm struggling.
So what do you think, guys? Are these grocery hikes just part of the economy, or are companies taking advantage of people? Drop your thoughts in the comment, because millions of Americans are struggling to put food on the table. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Do well to like, share, and of course, subscribe to support the channel. Till next time, bye!